Vicky, James, welcome to Property Elevator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, really excited.
A little bit nervous as well, but yeah.
Good nerves though?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good nerves.
Good.
Tell me a little bit then, where have you come from today?
So we've come from Middlesbrough in the northeast.
Okay, and is that where your deal is?
It is, yeah. It's in Redcar, about a 10-minute drive from Middlesbrough, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about your property experience? Have you already done anything before?
So we've done serviced accommodation.
Okay.
And we've got quite a few based in the northeast, but this would be our first development.
Okay, so you're looking for a little bit of mentorship and guidance as well?
Yeah, I think the experience of the Angels would be brilliant, yeah.
Definitely. Is there anyone in particular out of our Angels you'd like to partner with today?
No, I think we'd be happy to work with them all, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
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 Great. All right. Well, it's time to head into the lift.
Thank you.
Best of luck, and we will chat when you get out.
Thank you.
Cheers. Hi Angels, I'm James.
And I'm Victoria. And today we are asking for £450,000 for a 20% return on your investment. The property is a traditional three-storey townhouse based on the seafront in Redcar in the northeast. Unusually, it already has a kitchen and a bathroom on each floor, which is perfect for our plan to turn this into three apartments. The proximity to the main attractions in the area and walking distance to the town centre makes this perfect for our plan to run these as serviced accommodation.
So the purchase price is £250,000. The development costs are £200,000, and this includes the utility supplies and a contingency. And we have a GDV based on a bricks and mortar of at least £660,000. We'll be covering the purchasing fees and the professional fees of £21,000 and the property staging of £20,000.
So my background's in marketing in the financial sector. However, I will soon be stepping away from that as I'll be editor of a well-known property magazine, which I think some of you might have featured on the cover of, and I'm quite excited about.
My background's in engineering. I'm self-employed engineering consultant. As well as that, we also have 7 serviced accommodation units in and around this area. Thank you all really for the opportunity. Yeah. We feel privileged to be here. So yeah, we welcome any questions.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much indeed. Very good pitch. Who would like to start?
I don't mind.
Brent.
I just wanted to, great pitch, interesting project, 3 flats basically in a period house.
Yeah.
I just wanted to explore the build costs a little bit. 200,000, roughly about just short of 70k per flat. How did you arrive at that?
So we've been out with our builder. We've told him what we want to do. We've provided a schedule of works, and they came back with a cost. They've worked it out. I think it was just over £50,000 per apartment, and then we've added the utilities based on, it was an assumption really, and we put on a contingency as well, and essentially we rounded it up to.
Sometimes I think that might not be the right approach to get a costing, because I think the build costs are a little bit light. When you deal with these sort of Victorian type buildings, which have higgledy-piggledy layouts type of things, the soundproofing, the fireproofing is all a little bit more. Same with the, so I think that is light. That worries me a little bit.
So the builder did mention that we would have to essentially drop the ceilings and make sure they're fire rated and soundproof, as well as, I think the main bulk of the work's coming from separating the apartments, because we've essentially got a kitchen and a bathroom on each level. So technically all we have to do there is, it just needs a bit of a refurb really.
You won't be able to reuse any of that. I mean, you'd have to rip out the floors to do all the soundproofing and fireproofing.
Do we know the square footage? Because that's the simplest way of working it out, to be honest with you.
So the square metre is 350 square metres.
So it's roughly 3,000 square feet.
Yeah, 3767 I think it is.
Okay, so I would say, so on a conversion, and I do more conversions than anyone else on long here.
Do you?
Really? Sure about that? Sure about that?
I think so.
We'll let you have that one.
Try 4,500, you know.
What humour you?
although
Is it-
although I'm a bit older than you guys.
He's got quite a few years on.
£100 a foot would be cheap for a full-blown conversion with building regs and everything else. So that would bring it up to 300,000. Might be enough.
So the windows are all fine, double glazing.
Yeah.
It's literally just the internals.
I mean, with the bathrooms all in the same place, there's minimal reconfiguration. I don't think you're far off at all. I think you probably do it cheaper, to be honest, but that's my opinion.
I've got a question about the end values.
Yeah.
So you've got them about £250,000 a flat. Is that right?
Essentially, we've got the 4-bed on the ground floor, and that includes the basement. We value that at £240,000. That's based on a 3-bed in the area. It's literally on the same road. That's on STC now at £240,000. So for a 4-bed, we would get at least that. And we also spoke to estate agents as well, and they said for the 4-bed we'd get at least £220,000. And then for the 2 3-beds for the floors 1 and 2, we've valued that at £210,000. That's obviously lower than the 3-bed that's up for STC at the moment. And also there's a 3-bed that's on the market now at £215,000.
So I managed to have a look at average house prices in this area because I don't know the area personally, but it's substantially lower than that, less than half that. The average for a flat is 85 grand, average for a house is 130 grand. I understand obviously some areas are better than others, but that's a huge variance.
It is, yeah, and I think it's because it's essentially on the seafront. So
And size. These are quite huge buildings on the seafront as well. Our 4-bed would span over 2 floors. We'd have 2 bathrooms in there. It's got a garage at the back and a yard because they'd have access to the yard. The one that's just on STC at the moment, that's up for 240. That is also a similar size. It is a 3-bed, but it's got 2 bathrooms and it's kind of sea views, similar kind of size building.
Have quite a few sold at that value, or is it just 1 or 2?
So one sold in 2023.
2023, yeah.
2 years ago, for £180,000.
Yeah.
That was a 3-bed as well.
Are you comparing like with like? Because there's a big difference between purpose-built concrete floors, new building with balconies and all that, rather than these sort of period conversions.
Yeah, so it's literally on the same
road.
seafront. It's
the same type of property.
Have you looked at what the value of the asset would be based on, obviously, it being valued as commercially?
Yeah, so commercial valuation, we'd be looking at least 776.
Okay.
That's based on 103,000 revenue.
Sorry, I had a question about the access to the 3 different flats you're going to put on each floor.
That was a good question.
Okay, just talk us through the access, how you access each of the 3 flats, please.
So the ground floor apartment, which includes the basement, the front entrance will be essentially via the front door and then straight into the first apartment through another door. And then there's also a back entrance into that there's a back garage essentially with a yard, and you can get in that way. And then the other 2 apartments are straight up the stairs as soon as you walk into the building.
So they're internal, it's internal access.
All internal, yeah. Okay. So we just need to kind of wall off the stairwell that already currently exists. So that wouldn't
very
moved out or anything.
Very beautiful building.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, so keep as much of it as we could really.
Work out on an annual basis, occupancy rate.
It really depends. So the way they look at it is they do a whole feasibility on the area. They will look at low season, mid, high, look at average nightly rate, and then work out kind of a calculation based on that. I stress test everything at 50% occupancy, but that's just my personal preference. They will look at national average, which is
We would get more for this because it's on the seafront.
a higher standard.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Hayley, is there any value in them financing the extra income from the service accommodation? Is that possible, do you think, with their level of...
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario here, you've got your 660 exit GDV, bricks and mortar. They've looked at worst case scenario. Yeah. There's contingencies in there. And best case scenario is you get a specialist lender that will look based on the £100,000 annual income.
And what do you think that could do to the GDV is the question?
It will massively bring it up. So you're looking at around, an additional £120,000. It depends what yields obviously applied, but yeah.
And what loan to value would they give on that?
Probably about 65%, I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
Scott, would you like to just sum up for us, as you're very good at it?
With pleasure. So purchase price £250,000. If we include the professional fees of £40,000, the costs to do the conversion works, 200, so 240 including the professional fees, that stands you in at £490,000 in total. The GDV bricks and mortar, £660,000, with an income, a service accommodation of £100,000 a year, leading to a yield of about 15% before costs. The money that you've got to put into the scheme is £40,000, and you're looking for an angel to give you the rest of the money.
So let me go first. For me, I'm not a great fan of serviced accommodation, but we know one or two people here are, so that's good. And although 15% sounds good, you've got to take obviously your costs out of that as well. So for me, I'm not a great fan of serviced accommodation, so it isn't for me today, but I hope that one of the other angels will step up to the mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. I think based on the £450,000, the return of 20% on that is a bit tight to make it worthwhile from my perspective. And I think if you were to do, and I obviously therefore I always like to minimise the amount of cash that's going in and take finance, but I think once you add the finance in, it's too tight for that as well. So for those reasons, it's not one for me.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Nicholas, would you like to go next?
I think you're in a little bit of a rock and a hard place. I mean, I think for your use, you're better off doing a quick refurbishment. Don't mess around with anything. Don't mess around with planning. Don't mess around with anything other than the building regs that are required for safety, obviously. But I wouldn't be splitting the electrics. I wouldn't be spending all the money to split the flats. So that makes it cheaper development costs, maximum income. But that leaves you with no fallback option. For me, I kind of echo Paul to somewhat there. I think by the time you add in finance costs and you've spent the right amount of money to get the flats as your fallback, even though that's not really your primary use, it doesn't work for an investor. So, and I'm not into serviced accommodation. I'm hoping there's someone else that might be more interested in this deal. That's a more natural angel for you, but it's not.
Well, we don't know, because sometimes Ranjan can surprise everyone. Now he knows where it is.
This is like another universe in terms of being outside of the M25, John.
Ranjan.
I don't really do serviced accommodation, so I'm just looking at it as what the end value will be once it's all developed. And I'm doing quite a few of these sort of conversions at the moment. I do honestly think the build costs are a little bit light, which will affect the profitability, which is already tight, as Paul said. So for that reason, I think it's a little bit, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, the margins on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think I like that you've brought worst case scenario. I like that you've got multiple exit strategies. I like you. I love that you're already doing serviced accommodation. I think the numbers that you've presented us are conservative.
Let me just walk through the numbers as I see them, okay? And I'm going to go somewhere with this. On the refinance element, you've quoted as a bricks and mortar at 660k. You'd be able to raise 75% of that figure for refinance, which is £495,000. So on the basis that you can put the £75,000 in, your total cost of 490, and you can 490, you can borrow 415, okay, and you can refinance at 495, you can take all of your cash out on a refinance. You don't need an equity angel, and you already have experience in the service accommodation sector and this area.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
the debt angel shows his cards at the last minute.
So sometimes
We shouldn't have let him go last.
Sometimes debt goes hand in hand with equity, and sometimes debt competes with equity, and sometimes equity competes with debt. I think that this is a pure debt deal. I would lend you the £415,000 if you can find the other 75k.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think that's very responsible of the debt angel for what he said,
Is that why it's called the angel of debt?
or the angel of debt. Personally, I honestly believe that having a partner that can bring something to the table, experience as well as the money, is very important. Hayley.
Yeah, it's not often I agree with Scott, to be honest.
I never agree with him.
I don't like what he said, but
No.
you guys, this is incredible. You've done your homework, you're operating in this space. Clearly you're investable, which is, you know, why my light's still on. You can do this without me. You do it a hell of a lot better with me.
Hayley, they need at least 35 grand cash, so they can't, at the moment they're saying they can't do it without you. So why don't you make them offer to top up the equity?
Hayley, make an offer, please.
I think you need to make an offer, Hayley. Don't pull out.
Okay.
I think they need
I'm
you.
not pulling out. I was asking them to make a choice.
Yeah. They can't do it. They can't do it.
You need to make.
They need 35 grand.
So the question is, do you want an angel investor coupled up with debt? Do you want me to come in its full entirety and you give me 20% plus a profit share? It's about, do you want to share? It's a good deal. I don't want to take anything away from you. I'd love to work with you on this deal.
So you have a choice. You have a choice of one angel or two.
And what share of the profit do you want, Hayley, on top of the interest?
On top of the 20% interest? 15%?
Hayley would take 20% on the money she's putting in and 15% of the profit.
I'm happy with that.
That is the offer you are making. Would you like to accept that offer or not?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
With you. Look forward to working with you. Well done.
Well done. Congratulations.
But you know what? I think if you had said 25%, they would agree.
No, I know, but I like them. I like them, and it's a good solid deal. It's not a
I
massive
think
risk
you could
for
have
me.
screwed them down a bit harder.
Yeah, I didn't
Or
want to
we
do
could
that.
have. You weren't sure if they had the money though, right?
I think that, look, I think that if they had the £75,000 of their own money in total, and it was easy for them to put the other 35k in, they wouldn't, one second, given they've already experienced with service accommodation in that area, they wouldn't have needed
Don't
an equity
People
agent.
should not over leverage and
But-
overstretch themselves.
But
And you're peddling that
but
today.
certainly having Hayley involved who knows
Yeah,
service accommodation,
It's a great acquisition for them.
would give me more comfort as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think it's a win-win, and you know, every negotiation, if both parties or all three parties are happy, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what the show's about. So that's fantastic. Congratulations, Hayley.
Yeah, good deal.
And
guys.
I have to admit, Scott, congratulations.
That hurt. that hurt, John.
What can I say?
Scott, is this the first time we've worked? We would.
We've worked in collaboration.
Yeah, let's see how that works out.
I see the ball.
If it goes more smoothly than our relationship on Property Elevator.
Oh, I don't know. Is it that bad?
Welcome back. You got a bit of a grilling up there, didn't you, today? Yeah. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it?
Experience,
Yeah, good. Did you get a good outcome?
Yeah, the best really. I don't think we could have asked for better, could we?
No.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, and you were hopeful for Hayley as well, weren't you?
Yeah, obviously with our experience.
Yeah, with the serviced accommodation sector as well. So yeah, we're really, really pleased.
Yeah, can't stop smiling.
Good. Well done. So what's kind of the next step for you once you leave here?
Yeah, so we just need to start convincing really. We need to get the ball rolling with that. And yeah, just hard work start.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the hard work begins now.
Yeah.
And the fun. Yeah. Lots of fun, and especially with Hayley on your team.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic mentor and she's brilliant at what she does, so I'm sure it's going to be a really great project.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, what a great first episode. The Angels are certainly back with a bang. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.